PC here, and this is not a Squint podcast, but this is an advertisement. I have an opportunity for any interested person who would like to get some books at a good deal. I've decided in the new year to shed some winter weight and purge some of my library. And I have a pretty good library, and I've decided I'm going to sell about half of it, just under half. So I've got two bookshelves, both about 70 inches tall, about 36 inches wide. One's 24 inches wide, one's 36 inches wide, 12 inches deep, and they are going to be they are stocked full of books. I've inventoried them. I've put some listings out on Craigslist and on Facebook, but I thought I'd do a little video here so you could see personally what this looks like. So each bookcase stocked full of, and they're Christian ministry books, you know, from leadership, from general Christian ed, general personal Christian ministry, preaching, you know, leadership, just some really, really good tools. Theological studies, small groups, got a lot of small group material, and so it's really, really a good value. So let me just take you over here and show you what we have, what I have here. So I'm just going to slide over here. Here's the bookcase. Here's the bookcase, and I'm just going to show you a couple things here, a few things, not just a couple things, a few things. Now, the first thing that someone might see is this. It's Gilligan's, make sure you can hold it up here, Gilligan's Island and the Seven Deadly Sins. See that? And the Seven Deadly Sins. And this is this is preaching material. I use this material, and I collaborated with Pastor Brad at Cornerstone Church here in the Gaines Township area a number of years ago. And there again, the seven deadly sins: sloth, anger, pride, lust, envy, greed, gluttony. And we use this material to produce some great messages on the seven deadly sins. So this is in here. I'm just kind of showing you a few of the highlights in this bookcase. And there's in this bookcase there are about 125 titles, hard copies, paperbacks, just lots of stuff here. Here in this main section right here, you're going to see, let me just set this book off to the side. I'll just set these on the floor. Lots of leadership stuff here. All right, lots of leadership. Developing the leader around you, John Maxwell. I've read, oops, there it is right there. Developing the leader around you, John Maxwell. I've read a lot of John Maxwell's materials. All right, so that's an example. Another example that might be that you might that someone might have their curiosity perked. It would be here's spiritual leadership. Let's get it right here. Spiritual Leadership by Henry Blackaby. All right. Axioms, Bill Hybels' leadership. Axioms in leadership. Those are sayings and things to know. Another John Maxwell book, Failing Forward. There it is, Failing Forward. We learn a lot when we failing is not a problem, but failing forward is always good when we learn from things like that. So those are some examples. Down here on this other shelf, Max Lucado, a great author. Here is called Facing the Giants by Max Lucado. Really, really, really a great book. Here's another one. Talk about inspirational. Soar by T.D. Jakes. Oh, T.D. Jakes is a favorite. And this Soar is great, great, great. If you're in leadership and you're dealing with staff, this is a really good book. It's by Dr. Henry Cloud. It's called Necessary Endings. Necessary Endings. All right, a tremendous book there. Also, like I said, on the shelf, how to preach without notes, how to have clarity in your preaching with vision, preaching and teaching, and so on. So there is a lot of material here on this bookcase. And then there's, like I said, there is small group material. Here, it's this is old now. This here is VHS, but it's Daring to Dream, and it's ideas for messages on vision and dreaming. All right, so that's something to take a look at. Way at the top of my bookshelf, these are Dallas Theological. Oops, there you go. Dallas Theological Seminary. It was called the Bibliotheca Sacra, and they are really, really great theological insights. It's a journal that Dallas Theological Seminary produced, and these are from back in the 80s and the early 90s, and these are legacy and great stuff, high scholarly stuff, really good stuff. So that is that bookcase, and I'll share about the other bookcase in just a few minutes. Added to this bookcase, which I'm marketing as bookcase number 1. So this has lots of pastoral studies, lots of just general Christian studies, leadership studies, high theological stuff, small group material. Along with that, here's some more small group material. Look at this stack here. These are all Bible studies, independent Bible studies by Chuck Swindoll when he did Insight for Living. And it's a whole stack of them. And David, a man after God's own heart, Moses, Developing Your Guard, Abraham, the friend of God. Look at just lots of resources here. So bookcase 1 is stocked full, loaded, on $100, and it includes the bookcase. All right? Now, I also have another bookcase for sale. Bookcase number 2 is how I'm marketing or advertising or selling it. And this bookcase is 72 inches tall, 24 inches wide, 12 inches deep. And here's a little shot of it right here. So it's narrower, but then again, it is loaded with great books, small group material, and then great leadership, pastoral ministry type stuff. And there is some free market economics in here as well. So let me just show you a few of the titles here. All right. Here is by Mark Driscoll, okay? Real Marriage, the truth about sex and friendships and life together. All right. Excellent, excellent book. If you like Stephen Furtick, Sun Stand Still, what a great series. And there's small group material that goes with that Sun Stand Still book. Here is a small group based on the movie called The Son of God. This came out in 2014. This is great. This is the video. That's all the small group material right there. Here's a great book in leadership. Anybody in leadership knows this book, Good to Great by Jim Collins. All right, Good to Great, an excellent book. Highly recommend it. If you like John Acuff, who used to be with Dave Ramsey, John Acuff talks about quitter. All right, don't be a quitter, and he talks all about not quitting. Here's another book called Punch Fear in the Face, Start. This is also by John Acuff. He's a good young writer, excellent material. Of course, Andy Stanley, you can't go wrong with Andy Stanley, Deep and Wide. And of course, you can't go wrong with Rick Warren and The Purpose-Driven Life, or What on Earth Am I Here For? Those are some of the books. Here's what the bookcase looks like. All right, there's the bookcase. And then down here on the bottom, we've got some more small group material. Here is called Bill Hybels' Becoming a Contagious Christian, Sharing Your Faith. All right, this is video small group material. Also down here is another, that alone is worth $100. And then here you have Foundations. Rick Warren's wife, Kay Warren, and his associate pastor, Tom Holliday, worked up a good foundational Bible study material. So if you are trying to teach somebody or you want to study God's Word and you want to get a good grounding in the fundamentals of the faith, that's great material. And then, of course, there's just more books up here that I won't take the time to identify every one. On this bookcase, it actually spills over. I have another bookcase that the spillover goes to, because there's almost 200 titles that go with this bookcase. And this is $100 too. So there you have it. I'm selling some books. Would love to have you buy them. I mean, at the price, $100 for a bookcase, for over $100, it's under $1 a book, 90 cents a book or something like that. So I hope you take advantage. Let me know if you're interested. Check it out on Facebook. Check it out on Craigslist. Pass the word along. And I hope that someone will get blessed. Thanks so much. Happy New Year.